It's time for us to cover more DC Metal. Now, I need to explain something. You see, the way we used to do events is we would wait for the entire event to finish and then bring you the event and the various tie-ins. Well, that's not really going to work with DC Metal since the event is going on until February. So I had a different idea, and we're going to try something new. What we're doing today is we're going to bring you the first 2 issues of DC Metal. Then we can bring you all of the tie-ins, the one-shots, talk about the event, all the way up until February, when we're going to bring you the last 4 issues. But I'm gonna warn you right now, this video will be in that video. So in February, when the entire event wraps up, you will get the entirety of DC Metal, including the video you are just now about to watch. "50,000 years ago, a lizard is running across the desert, and when he runs past are 3 symbols drawn into the sand. Symbols for the 3 ancient tribes. You see, lost to history is a story. A story of how in these lands, during the Age of Stone, there were 3 great tribes of man. Tribes of the wolf, of the bear, and of the bird. They all dreamt of discovery, growing their people and excelling in life. But there was a dark tribe. The 4th tribe that no one ever spoke of. And when they arrived, it brought the age of metal." The Justice League now stands before Mongol on its new war world. Mongol chuckles at the defeated heroes in their various sets of armor holding their weapons. Batman is the one to bring it up. "Mongol was under watch by the Braillians after he teamed up with Zod to fight you, Superman. How did he build a war world?" Superman tells him, "Focus, it doesn't matter, we have to get off this world first." Mongol explains that the armor that he has given them is weakening them. Superman's is made out of 1,000 crushed red suns. The Flash's boots are vibranium domination boots from the Dominators. And Wonder Woman is wearing a piece of armor infused with venom from a Gorgon to weaken her. A few toys and the heroes need to fight for real, huh? The toy man sitting next to Mongol as his prisoner just agrees. And Mongol tells them, "It's time to go to war." The giant robots enter the battlefield to fight the League. Wonder Woman calls out a formation and the battle begins. Aquaman holds back one of the monsters while Cyborg gets pinned to the ground. Hal calls out to Aquaman, telling him, "Help me get this gauntlet off. The mini black hole inside is absorbing my ring's power." And Aquaman tells him he can't help him. The sleeves that he's wearing are made up of the fires of Apocalypse. The heat is dampening his abilities. But he suggests that they try and have the creatures break the armor off of themselves. So Superman runs in using the shield that he has, trying to get them to break the breastplate. But he quickly notices that they avoid the armor and go right for the flesh. But Batman has an idea. He looks at the beast and he pulls his jaws apart and he looks deep inside. You know what he finds there? What's hidden inside of the monster here to kill him? A button with the bat symbol on it. So he presses that button. He calls out, "Everyone follow my lead!" The beast has tentacles that come out and they wrap around Bruce and they begin to pull him inside. Flash and Aquaman see it happening and they call out that they need to help Batman. Otherwise, he's gonna need Aquaman's old harpoon hand. But Batman yells back, "No! I said follow my lead, damn it! There are symbols in their mouths. Activate them. Let them eat you." And this is exactly what the Justice League does. And as they are each eaten, Cyborg calls out, "You know, good plans don't hurt this much." Batman tells them, "It's all Toyman's plan. He didn't want to be Mongol's prisoner, so he gave us a clue on how to fix this. It's in the name. Fulcrum Abdominis. It's a clue to come together as one warrior." Superman tells him, "You've got to be joking." And Cyborg is excited. Please tell me you're not joking. But you know what, dear viewers? He's not kidding. We now have a Justice League, giant robot of war! Mongol sees them transform and he makes a break for it. So Flash asks, "Hey wait, why am I the foot?" And Batman tells him, "Simple, Barry, so you can kick his." And well, you see, that's how the Justice League turned into a giant metal robot and they kicked Mongol's butt again. And as they approach Earth, Superman asks Batman, "Do you think the Braillians lost track of Mongol because of what you've been investigating, Bruce? Why did you come to the Fortress of Solitude and what happened in the Batcave?" If you're curious about that, DC Metal started with 2 preludes, the casting and the Forge. The video and the links to the comics will be down below. "Bruce, why don't you just tell me what's going on?" And Batman informs Superman, "I'm not ready. We need to figure this out first." Alfred calls up to Batman to inform him, well, it's Gotham, and he'll need the entire League to have a look at this. Because while they were gone, a very large mountain sprouted right in the middle of the city. It was followed up by a dark energy storm filled with dark lightning. So everyone was evacuated at least, but it caused billions of dollars in damage. While Batman orders Alfred to scramble the family, the League has a look and Green Lantern informs them that the energy coming off of the mountain is the energy of the machine that Hal found in the Batcave. Superman uses his X-ray vision to see what's going on and he finds it's hollow in the inside. So they send the Flash around the side of it where he finds a door. He looks at it and it has the symbol of an hourglass, and nothing the cyborg runs on it gives him an answer as to what it is. They walk inside of the lab, and with the same mysterious energy crackling all throughout it, they all know that this is it. In the middle, there's a pod filled with more of that energy, and then they see a message. It's chasing us. Run! And that's when the Blackhawk team walks in. The League goes on high alert, but Batman stops them. This is the Blackhawk team, a covert apocalypse team. They've been watching me. And if you're curious about when Batman met them, check out Batman End of the World in All-Star Batman. Links to the comic and the video will be down below. Batman tells the League that he knows Lady Blackhawk, the leader of the team. But as she removes her mask, she reveals that while she is Lady Blackhawk, she's also Kendra Saunders. While none of them know her, she knows all of them and they need to come with her now. Superman and the Flash ask, why would they follow her with so much going on right here? And she tells them, because this is just the first shot of a full-scale invasion, one that's been planned for centuries. By who? I won't tell you here. The name is too dangerous. But come with me and I'll explain everything. There are places on this planet that lie outside of the normal math of things. Some exist at what we believe are phantom frequencies, spots where the cosmic energy conducted through the Earth's metal cancels itself out. Dinosaur Island, Themyscira, Skartaris, Nanda Parbat, and this place, Black Hawk Island. For years, it was the home base for one of the greatest detectives in history, Carter Hall. While our story sounds weird, centuries ago, he and I were stabbed with the dagger that was made up of a weird metal, and now we are constantly resurrected. We fought as partners for centuries, and Carter always looked for the answers to what that metal was. What started all of this for us? Well, here it is, nth metal. And this fragment is the last of the purest pieces left in the universe. The metal has given multiple people different powers from eternal life, flight, mystical vision, and it defies all rules of science and magic. And it seems to broadcast this energy as well. Superman comments, "This is the energy that we felt in the mountain." And Kendra continues. She explains that Carter found other people who used it and were interested. Heroes, inventors, and adventurers who would challenge the unknown. They created a map of the multiverse and they explored everything that they could. They were looking for where this metal came from, and not a single universe in the multiverse is the origin of it. And then Kendra turned the map over to the black blank paper on the backside. Unless it came from here, a dark multiverse. Wonder Woman looks at it and says that all she sees is the back of a map. And Kendra continues, "Yes, that's all a lot of us saw until recently. We finally discovered that dark energy and dark matter make up a good portion of the universe. We just can't see or feel it. So look at this map and imagine the nth metal connecting us to a realm much older and vaster than ours." Flash, the one who knows the most about the multiverse, tells her, "If this is true, it'll change everything that we know about everything. What proof do you have?" Proof? Carter sent a team to the mountain and the entire thing was ripped out of reality. The last communications that we received from them was them screaming in terror, telling us to shut the door and never open it again. And a warning from Red Tornado that there was a thing called the Great Beast that prowled in the dark and had a name. Batman asks her what that name is, and she tells him Carter had a journal, one that's been lost ever since he followed the challengers into the dark. The name of the demon existed throughout eons, changing and evolving as the Dark Tribe prayed to the enemy of the bird, Barbados. The legend has it that he'll come through a human doorway, someone treated with the 5 divine metals, metals off of the periodic tables. And in my charts, I found another name, Wagon, which translates into Wayne. Batman, you are the one who will let the demon in. Superman stops her. Wait, your theory is a being as old as the universe has been targeting Batman for thousands of years from a dark multiverse? Kendra pulls a gun on Batman. "I'm sorry, but I've been following Carter's trail ever since he vanished. And now that Challenger's Mountain has appeared on your home turf, it's time to act." But that's when Red Tornado freaks out. "You open the door!" He breaks out of his tube and he begins to attack the League. "I warned you! He's coming for all of us!" He then begins to tangle with everyone, and Kendra calls out, "Where's the nth metal?" And on the other side of the island, Batman is riding a dinosaur trying to get away. "Alfred, I got what I came for." But the Journal of Carter, the one that we covered in the casting in the Forge, didn't actually end there. There was another page. I told you how it all began. This story. Now let me tell you how it'll end. How it'll end if I'm wrong, and the dark is a place of evil as the Immortals and Kendra suspect. The end will begin with a shot fired from the dark. Something to tear a hole in reality. And then as dark energy pours into this world, the visions will start. Visions to those attuned to the power of the nth metal. A glimpse of what is coming, a dark army, already on its way here. On its way to find the one Barbados has been after all of these years. The wagon for the dark-horned god. The son of the House of Wayne. In the Batcave, Batman is looking over the medals while Alfred begs for him to tell the League what he knows. And if Wayne is prepared by the Judas tribe, if the agents of Barbados have set into motion his coming, then there will be no running for him, no running for any of us. Barbados has been after his target since the dawn of men. It first saw him in the final moment of crisis, and now if you are reading this, a second moment is upon us. I have left this journal for you in your house, the house of the family that I trust most. Turn from the tribe bat to the tribe bird, the Waynes. It will make its presence known when it feels the dark energy. And I leave this for you to tell you one thing. I'm sorry for everything that's coming. Signed, Carter Hall. Batman walks upstairs into his study to follow the noise that is being made. And he finds the journal, the one from Carter, and all the evidence he needs. And then someone behind him speaks. Yes, Batman, it's true. And the nightmare has only begun. The world is set on a mission to find Batman. He's missing with the medal and he's trying to solve this himself. But the League just wants to help him, to assist in whatever is going on. They're trying to track Batman's heartbeat and the signal, and what they find is a group of people dressed as Batman. While they manage to stop most of them, Superman comes in grabbing one of them, telling him that he knows that this is the real Batman. Batman tells him, fine, I'll explain. I'm the doorway and I believe it. The first medal was Electrum, which I found in the labyrinth of the Court of the Owls. The second was Dynesium, when I fought the Joker to my own death and it brought me back to life. Prometheum I used in the machine to revive Batman. And now the nth medal, which I exposed myself to when I was looking into the dark universe myself. There's only one medal left, and when it touches me, I'll be the doorway and I'll open up a path for Barbados to come into this universe. How do we stop it, Bruce? I don't think we can, Clark. It's happening now in Metropolis. All over the world. Medals laced by the Judas tribe. Conductors are screaming out that Barbados is coming. There has to be another way, Bruce. And then he realizes something. And he punches a hole in Batman's chest. Batman turns back into Clayface, and Superman is holding a transmitter. One that is displaying Batman's heartbeat live. Superman hears it and he tells Wonder Woman, Batman is scared. Meanwhile, in the Valley of the Kings, Batman is there with a little baby Darkseid from the Darkseid War in a pouch. The person who came to him has led him here, and as he vanishes, he tells Batman that if he fails, the Dark Army will arrive. And if that happens, go to the place of the Black Sun to call on him again. Batman calls out, Dream! Tell me if what I'm doing is the right answer! But instead of Dream responding, Superman and Wonder Woman are there. They ask what he is doing, so Batman shows them Darkseid and he explains. Darkseid once sent me back in time, and that's when Barbados saw me for the first time. So I got Hawkman's mace, the only weapon to ever defeat him, and I'm going to have baby Darkseid send me back in time again. We have that adventure on the channel as well. I'll link it down below with everything else that's going on. Wonder Woman tells him, you can't. The last time you only escaped because... And Batman stops her. Because Barbados wanted me to. This time I'm not coming back. Watch over my family and tell them to become better than I ever was. Tell them all I'm sorry. But sadly, this is all a trap set up by the Immortals. Batman thinks he's in the tomb of Khufu, but it's actually the tomb of Hafset. And as the dark energy begins to course through the tomb, the ancient priests of Barbados walk out. The members of the Court of Owls walk out as well, and they reveal themselves. The whole thing has been a setup to get Batman to this location, to be stuck with the last of the metal. Because it is here in these tombs that Batmanium lives! It pours out of his eyes and it begins to code Batman. Dark sadistic chanting begins as the Court of the Owls cries out, Hail Barbados! He'll reward us! He'll chain the world and we shall rule them! And the first thing that they see in our world are 3 Robins, but dark and twisted Robins, all pale and biting into the members of the Court of the Owls to eat them and chew on their insides. They chant, Crow, 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 Crow! And Superman and Wonder Woman look up to see where Batman stood and they ask the people, where is Bruce? What did you do to him? And a dark voice, one of horror and nightmares, responds, You want Bruce Wayne? Look around! That's when we see the evil dark multiverse Batmen, the Drowned, the Merciless, the Red Death, the Murder Machine, the Dawnbreaker, the Devastator, and the Batman who laughed. And as they all walk out, baby Darkseid looks up and points. And there you have it, the first 2 issues of DC Metal so that you can meet the Batman of the Dark Multiverse. Now let me know in the comments down below if you like this way of us going into an event better than our old method. Instead of us waiting until February, do you like kind of being prepped up and able to go buy the comic books yourself? Now, if you follow the event, we're going to put the checklist on the screen right now. That is the release dates for every comic book that is coming out that is tied into DC Metal. Us here at Comicstorian will not be covering those stories until we go at least 2 to 3 weeks after the actual release. So, if you want to follow DC Metal very closely, go pick them up yourself. I will give you the link to the overall story arc on Comixology, and let me know in the comments down below if you prefer this, or if you just don't care and you want to wait until the entire event's over. On that note, click right here for the casting and the forge, the prelude. Click right here for something recommended by YouTube, and I'll see you next time right here at Comicstorian.